If you already have a skincare routine that gives you healthy, glowing skin, but you want to take that smooth glass skin effect even further, then this is the extra step that I personally love, and that's shaving your face. Now, I want to be clear, this is definitely not something you need to do to have good skin, and it's definitely not going to replace a good skincare routine. But for me, for someone that has dealt with acne-prone skin for over 10 years, this is one of those little extras that has made such a big difference to how smooth my skin looks. So today, I'm going to show you exactly why I love this step, how I do it safely with acne-prone skin, and the mistakes I avoid to keep my skin calm. And there are a few things that I think are especially important if you have acne-prone skin, because shaving your face can be an amazing way to get smoother skin, but only if you know how to do it in a way that keeps your skin calm. Once you already have a good skincare routine in place, there are a few little things you can do to enhance how glowy and smooth your skin looks. And this is one step that made a surprisingly big difference for me, especially when it comes to how my makeup sits and how smooth my skin feels. It doesn't replace good skincare, but it can definitely help create that smooth, polished finish. Shaving your face, or some people call it dermaplaning, removes the fine peach fuzz layer, which is why I notice that my skin looks more reflective and more glassy, and that my makeup applies so much smoother. Also, the active ingredients in the skincare products end up penetrating your skin much better. It really does enhance the application of any active ingredients. But if you're acne prone, I completely understand why this sounds intimidating, because I used to think the exact same thing. If you have acne-prone or sensitive skin, the way that you shave your face matters a lot. This isn't about aggressively removing everything from your face. The goal is to gently remove your peach fuzz whilst keeping your skin barrier nice and happy. Some of the biggest mistakes that people probably do, they shave their face when their skin is irritated. They go over the same area multiple times. They use way too much pressure. Remember, you don't need to get rid of every single hair, but if the majority are gone, it's definitely going to create more of a smooth, polished effect. And that's where people can end up with unnecessary redness or sensitivity. So this is how I personally do it. I always start with completely clean skin. I don't want any makeup, any skincare products on my face to interfere with the shaving. I'll also avoid using any strong active ingredients. For example, my tretinoin, my azelaic acid, and I'll definitely skip exfoliating because this pretty much exfoliates your skin. And you want your skin barrier to be as calm as possible so that this doesn't overwhelm or irritate your skin. Another must do is you do need to use some type of barrier between the actual blade and your skin. Otherwise, you're going to be shaving directly on dry skin, and that is more likely to irritate it. I actually use the hydrating cleanser from CeraVe because it doesn't foam and it just creates this really nice barrier that doesn't irritate my skin. It's nice and calming. Then afterwards, I can just rinse my face, and if there was any hair left on my face, it just rinses off. This just increases the slip so that this is not dragging across your skin. It just glides really, really smoothly. You don't want any tugging. One of the most important things you can do is to use very, very light pressure and to only go over each area once. You really don't need to keep going over the same spot. If you do, like for example, say you feel like you've missed a hair and you keep going over it, you'll probably notice that your face gets quite red and sensitive afterwards. Also, small strokes work better than bigger ones because you need to continuously clean this blade in water so that it's nice and fresh. Speaking of which, I always use a new blade every single time. Some people reuse them, they clean them with alcohol. You can do that, but I'm not going to do that. If you have acne prone skin, I just don't recommend that you risk it, and you want to make sure that you avoid any of your breakouts. So for example, today when I shaved my face, I do have quite a few breakouts. You probably can't see it because I'm wearing makeup over them right now, but I just avoid those areas with this. Otherwise, it's just going to aggravate the spot and it's going to get way worse. So I give it a decent amount of space around the spot, and then that's it. I'm good to go. So before you try this, I think it is worth mentioning a few misconceptions. First, no, dermaplaning does not make your hair grow back thicker. So when you cut your hair, you're essentially just making the hair blunt. Because of that, especially if you have thicker hairs on your face, you can feel stubble. But if you only have peach fuzz, then you're not going to feel any stubble at all. I haven't. And after dermaplaning or after shaving my face, I just keep my skincare routine so simple. I'm definitely not going to be using any active ingredients. I just use moisturizer moisturizer, sunscreen, hydrating toners, that kind of stuff, like nothing else. If I think anything has the potential to aggravate my face, I just won't use it. And I do this for about 1 to 2 days. It really just depends on how my skin is feeling. And in terms of frequency, you really don't need to do this every single day to get the benefit. I personally use lots of active ingredients, so I usually do this once every 2 weeks. You can do it once a week if that's better for you, or if you want to do it only once a month, go for it. All you need to do is adjust it based on how your skin responds and how frequently you want that really, really smooth feeling. But I definitely wouldn't do this every day. And that's it. Shaving your face isn't something you need to do if you want really, really nice smooth skin, but it definitely makes a big difference. So I would try it out if you've never tried it before. I mean, your skin is going to feel baby smooth. That's how mine feels. And honestly, when I'm applying makeup after shaving my face, is just game changing. My makeup sits so smoothly. It looks more glowy. It looks more reflective. It looks more glassy. I love it. And if you want to see my full glass skin routine, feel free to check the link. And that goes through all the products I love, what I think is worth it for different skin types and all that kind of stuff. And mainly because this step only works really well if you have your foundations in place with regard to your skincare. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.